They asked me to give a statement, to write it down, to explain everything. But writing it doesn't capture the way it felt. The dread, the weight of being watched. I need to say it aloud first, even if it makes me sound unhinged. I've been the keeper of the Harrington Mansion for nearly 10 years. My job is simple: maintain the house, tend the grounds, keep the gates. Mostly I've been alone, and that's how I liked it. Quiet, orderly, safe. Until last week, the bell rang. At first, I thought it was the wind. This old brass bell, long neglected, rings with the slightest gust. But no, someone was there. A man. Gray coat, shoes spotless even in the rain, tall. Too polite, too deliberate. He smiled. Too many teeth. Too white. "I'm sorry to intrude," he said. "Passing through. Could I stay the night?" I let him in. Courtesy, protocol, safety, all of that. But I was uneasy. He didn't bring luggage, didn't eat, didn't ask for anything. He moved through the house as if it were his own, tilting his head at every mirror, lingering in the empty hallways, like he was trying on a face. The first night, I woke to pacing outside my door. Heel, toe, heel, toe. I opened it. Empty. But the smell lingered. Copper, wet fur, something rotten and metallic. My heart wouldn't stop racing. The next day, he sat at the dining table staring at the wall. Portraits should have been there. Burned decades ago in a fire I barely remembered. "Fine family," he said. Smiled? That smile. Polite? Yes. But underneath it, predatory. I tried to ask him why he was here. "I like old bones," he said. His eyes shifted as he spoke. Green, gray, amber. Sometimes with black bubbles floating inside. I tried to write to the master, to warn someone. But every time I sat down, I felt him behind me. I couldn't see him move. He was just there. His shadow stretched along the floor, curling up walls, over ceilings, sometimes bending in ways that didn't make sense. At night, the house became unbearable. He hummed songs, my mother's songs, though she's been dead 15 years. One night, I heard him near the kennels. My dogs, usually loud and protective, whined instead. One stopped waking entirely. By the 5th day, there was a deer skull on the front steps. Perfectly clean, its antlers carved in impossible spirals. I showed him. He said nothing, just smiled. Wet, dark lips glistening. "I don't know if anyone will believe me, officer. I can only tell you what I saw, smelled, and felt. There's a man, or something, that doesn't stay a man when he enters your house." Before dawn on the 6th day, he left. I saw him run across the gravel on all fours, coat flapping like skin peeling from a corpse. I watched until the trees swallowed him. I've stayed in the mansion ever since, but I can't sleep. Every shadow, every mirror, I can't bear my own reflection. And sometimes, late at night, I hear the humming. They said he was gone. The mansion was quiet again. But quiet doesn't mean safe. It started with the mirrors. At first, I thought it was fatigue, hallucinations brought on by sleepless nights. But no, his reflection appears in places it shouldn't. In the hallway mirror near the library, I see him standing behind me, coat bulging at impossible angles, teeth glinting. I spin around. Nothing. The humming returned. Faint at first, almost comforting, until the notes warped into something sour, off-key, dripping with menace. It came from the corners of rooms where no sound should exist. From inside the walls. From the floors beneath my feet. Sometimes it was my mother's lullabies. Other times it was something jagged, scraping at the edges of memory and sanity. Footsteps followed me, always following. Heel, toe. Heel, toe. Outside my bedroom door, in the attic, across the wet gravel of the front steps. I know the prints belonged to him. Oddly long, wider than human, clawed at the edges. Yet when I chase them, they vanish into impossible shadows. Then the whispers started. Not words, exactly. More like vibrations in my skull. Keeper, keeper. Sometimes they became laughter, high and brittle, echoing from rooms that don't exist, corridors that twist when I look away. I can feel him in the corners of my eyes, a shape shifting just beyond vision, watching. Waiting. One morning, I found the deer skull again, on the hearth this time, antlers sharp and glinting like knives. And there were more. Smaller bones arranged in patterns I can't comprehend. Circles, spirals, geometries that seem to crawl across surfaces when I blink. I touched one, and a sharp heat ran through my fingers like it was alive, like it was remembering something terrible. I tried leaving. I packed a bag, slipped out the gates, but the forest swallowed me. Paths twisted. Gravel became grass, then moss, then nothing. And I heard it behind me, running on all fours, coat slapping, teeth clicking in rhythm with the trees. I didn't escape. I couldn't. The mansion always finds me. Now nights are unending. Shadows move even when the lights are on. Reflections twist in mirrors, water, even polished silver. My own eyes look back at me wrong, green, gray, then honey with black bubbles floating inside. Sometimes, just for a heartbeat, I swear he is smiling from within my own face. I hear the humming constantly now, faintly beneath the wind, beneath the dripping rain. It follows me into dreams, wakes me before dawn, burrows into my bones. I know I will see him again. I know I will hear the words, soft as falling dust. Keeper, you've kept me well, and I know that the next time, I may not survive watching him take shape, because he isn't a man, and he isn't leaving. Not truly. Not ever.